Good afternoon. Today on Positively Tampa Bay, the nonprofit organization Ready for Life Pinellas provides a lifeline to teenagers who are aging out of the foster care system. The organization works with teenagers, helping to increase their chances of success once they're living and working on their own. And joining us now with more is Kathy Mize, Executive Director, and also Andrea Coward, who was in the foster care system as a teen. And thank you so much to both of you for joining us. And we were talking earlier, your agency unfortunately exposes a very sad reality that there are a lot of foster kids who never seem to find that permanent home, their forever home, and they need to be helped.
Right. Many of them are raised in foster care their whole life, so that the system has been their parents, and when they turn 18, they're put on their own, many times without any supports or family or someone just to be there for them. And so Ready for Life was created to help with connections, to be that support, and to help them be successful as they transition out of foster care.
Yeah, at 18, I mean, think about what we were like when we were 18 years old. You're still just a kid, and to have to go out on your own all of a sudden is very scary.
Absolutely, and many are still in high school or have dropped out trying to get their GED, and now they're faced with trying to get a job and find a place to live, and just so many issues face them.
And Andrea, this was your reality. You were helped as a teenager transition into adulthood. What were some of the things that you were helped with?
Well, actually, in my situation, I kind of missed the bus on that one. Some of the gap that was created, I kind of fell through the cracks when I aged out, and I wasn't in contact with any of the independent living services. So I actually got the full experience of that with no services, which is why I see now that I'm working with Ready for Life, why it's so important for these kids to have these things, because I had to go without until I was between 18 and 20. I missed all of the services that were available to me.
Now, some of the things that you guys teach, and you can explain that, simple things that most of us take for granted, like being able to organize your checkbook and write a check. Tell me about some of the other things that you were taught.
Some of the other things, just simple things like budgeting, I mean, how to cook. I mean, a lot of us, like, I spent a lot of time in group homes when I was in foster care, and I mean, you don't cook for yourself. You never learn how, because it's just easier for them to do it for you rather than, you know, to teach you life skills like that, and things like doing your laundry and just everything that, I mean, I think most people really take for granted.
Yeah. And Kathy, your resources are very limited, but volunteers help make a huge difference. What are some of the things that volunteers have helped you accomplish?
Well, what we did, the founders of our organization decided we needed to involve our community as the main source of support for us. So we have 9 committees, and some of the things Andrea mentioned, we have a committee that looks at housing, one that looks at transportation, education, all the big things that they face, and every committee has at least 6 to 10 volunteers from our community, service providers, and at least 1 or 2 foster youth sit on that committee. And they are looking at how can we make their lives easier, how can we support them, and how can we help change our system and make it better. What we do is we try and connect every young person with the resources in our community. We have so many resources out there, but if they don't know about them, it's not going to help them. So we try and get them a mentor, we try and connect them to resources, we try and expose them to options for different careers, try and support them so they stay in school and that they actually get their GED and hopefully go on to post-secondary.
And you also need volunteers, is that correct?
Absolutely. We need volunteers. They can get involved as a mentor for a young person, they can serve on a committee, or they can just volunteer in any way possible, sharing what they know with a young person that really hasn't had that experience.
Well, thank you so much for all the great work that you do, and thank you, Andrea, for coming in and sharing your story. And if you're interested in volunteering, here's the information for you. Ready for Life Pinellas. The number is 727-631-1778. You can also check the email addresses or the website. It's readyforlifepinellas.org. And stay with us. We'll be right back.